See that?
Every opportunity is an opportunity to make a what? Video.
What's up, Double M?
Double M's, what y'all doing today? I'm so sorry for this song. Like, let me come over here a little bit. Double M's, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Mandy. You see
It's
my
your boy Keyz.
Hey, you see us. We out here headed to the gym, finna get our workout on, and we were just discussing. What was it we were discussing, babe?
Why people want to be in a relationship.
Yeah, some people have some very fairy tale like expectations, and real relationships don't always go that way. We all know from experience that relationships are actually real. They deal with real problems and real issues, and I think that sometimes, people are looking for the fairy tale, but they're not really willing to do the work or go through the hard times that a relationship can bring about sometimes.
And it's pretty much like this. Everybody praying for the rain. Rain, please come. We need rain. But nobody willing to go through the mud. Because where there's rain, there's mud. So when it get muddy, they're ready to step out on the situation. Mm-hmm. So you got to take the good with the bad. You want the rain, you got to take the mud too.
And basically just saying, like, a lot of times people just want the good parts of a relationship. They don't want to actually go through anything. They don't want to, if there's a problem that arises or somebody lose their job, I got to get out of here. I ain't staying around for this. You're not ready for a relationship then. You keep going on dates where you get wine and dine and you have a good time and you go back home. Because that's basically what you really want. You just want to date. You just want to go on a date with somebody. You don't really want to get to know nobody. You don't really want to build anything with anybody. You don't want to go through any hard times with anybody. So hey,
Even that, we can take it a step further. You see someone and their the outer shell, because that's what we into first. They got to be attractive, or something is attractive about them that
physically
leads you to come forth to them. But you start dating, then y'all get a little intimate, and after you get intimate with this particular person of some sort, you find out they not what you really thought they would be. You can't have thoughts of what you think the person is gonna be, and then it turn out wrong, because what you think, what you want, you thinking a person. I want this person, this person. This ain't build a bad sister, a situation where you build them, and most people want that. But
build a man, build a woman.
I want them this way, that way, this way, that way.
I don't want this, I don't want that. Nah, you can't order up a person, you know what I mean? It ain't like ordering food. It ain't like ordering a burger saying no pickles, no mustard.
So what you think the person was, the outcome isn't that after you got intimate and then you ready to run out the situation. But true enough, the person is a good person, but what you perceive of them is not good.
Because they don't satisfy you sexually. Or they satisfy you sexually and now you've grown attached to them, but they are not attached to you. They don't feel a connection to you. And now you're bothered. You're bothered. You're upset. You're worked up. You're bothered. And you can't let it go, because now you become intimately involved with this person. Now your mind and everything is on this, because they done made you feel so good intimately. Now you can't detach yourself from the situation, although they've already detached themselves from you. That's why it's important to get to know people for who they really are, instead of getting to know people sexually. Because a lot of times when you start, being intimate with somebody, you haven't really got a chance to really get to know this person. You just set yourself up for failure in a relationship that's never gonna happen.
That's pretty much
the gist of it, because it's like with, I can't.
What God created, that pole and that cotton. Hey, that's because we got kids. We got kids watching you got to keep it clean. Cotton is soft, so you want to use that.
Okay.
So
Get it.
that pole and that cotton, it's something serious. When you start intertwining that together and you really don't know that person, feelings gonna be involved. So you going on feelings or emotions. So it's better
that were brought on originally by physical feelings.
Exactly. So if you leave that part out and start with conversation and get to know the person, and all that extracurricular stuff comes after, you'll be okay.
Yeah, you might just have a chance at actually building a relationship with somebody and them actually taking you seriously. Because a lot of times, you know, we're not taken seriously. You know, just giving a man or a woman whatever they want, that's probably what they want for right now. You know, the long-term goal may not even include you. And you don't even know that. You include them in your long-term plans, but they're not including you in theirs. That's why it's so important to get to know somebody so that you can avoid making these kind of mistakes or avoid dealing with these kind of people who truly don't have good intentions for you or who don't see a future with you. Because it's easy to meet a nice-looking guy and he's nice, he's treating you really good in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, there's a change.
What is his intentions? That's your first question. A guy approaches a young lady, or even a female approaching a man, because you know the new times that
nowadays women approach men too now.
Yeah. So the first question should be, okay, bye. If you strong-willed and that's not, hey, that really not my type or whatnot. But what are your intentions? Okay. And think about where are you? What's your surroundings? What is the atmosphere you in at first? Are you in the club? Are you? Hey, to each his own. I'm not a club guy. You know what I'm saying? I would probably, if I was invited by guy friends or something like that in the future, would go. But I haven't been to a club since I was like 19, 20 years old. It's not for me. I ain't for big groups and light dim and stuff like that. That's too much for me. Too much anxiety. Hundreds of people in a small room, bunched around and music playing and bumping, and too much go on. But enough rambling. But look at your surroundings. You can tell, for the most part, how it's going to turn out in that first initial surrounding that you're in. Come on, let's think about that. But yes, many of people have met their significant others in some places, and
it worked out. Yeah, and it worked out.
Kudos and bravo. That's probably about 3% of people.
Yeah, because we know that most of the time when you're meeting someone, and it's not even about where you meet them at, it's all about how you conduct yourself in that initial
in that setting,
in that initial meeting, and how you proceed with the relationship. You know, if you start talking to a guy and, for example, the first thing we doing is having sex, there's a chance that I may not be taken seriously. Then again, I could probably initially have sex with this guy and he just liked me so much, I just like him so much that I'm gonna give it a chance anyway. You know, it's not to say that, oh, you had sex with him too soon, that's why he didn't want to be with you. That's not always the case. Playing
the lottery. You might hit the Powerball, you might not. Ooh, I'm a millionaire.
Oh my God. It's true though. You know, I know women who have had intimacy with men, you know, within the first, couple of weeks or month of the relationship or whatever, and they're still together to this day. And then there are some who waited 3 months or 6 months, and the guy ain't nowhere around. He just wasn't that interested, He found out it wasn't nothing worth waiting for him.
See that?
But
when you go digging for gold, you better get that stuff appraised and see if it's real gold or fool's gold.
You be tripping. we ain't trying to tell you guys that we know everything, because God knows we're work in progress ourselves and working on our marriage, and we're newlyweds, and we kind of like, we love each other, and we try to talk about these kind of things because they are important to us, and we have friends and people who we care about, who we want to see eventually get married. We want to see them blossom in their relationships, and that's why we make these videos. But I do know that there are some people who keep doing the same thing but expecting different results. And if you keep on conducting yourself the same way in every relationship that you meet, you're going to keep getting the same results from these people. And it goes for women and men. Nobody's exempt. Nobody's exempt from that. So sometimes we got to reevaluate ourselves. Sometimes take some time to ourselves. Before I met my husband here, I took time to myself. I had came out of a bad relationship, and I didn't want to date anybody. So it took a long time for him and me to build a friendship where I was even comfortable enough to invite him over to my place, just to invite him over. Yeah. We would just initially go to the gym and work out together. No. That's what we would do. Sometimes he would text me, sometimes I would text back, sometimes he would call, I would call back, and we would do that. And that went on for a long time, and we were together for a whole year before we even lived together. So sometimes you have to give people that space and really get to learn them outside of your personal space, and then come together and learn each other together as one. And because,
like she was saying before, take time out to learn yourself. Learn you.
Yeah.
That will make a better you in the relationship.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't even know yourself, how are you going to be when you get in that relationship? And then that's for the both of you. You both just going out, just blind, just a leap in the dark.
And if you're not really looking for a real relationship, like looking to build something with somebody, be supportive to somebody else, if you looking to take in the relationship instead of give in the relationship, you already going to turn the other person off. What are you bringing to the situation? What are you bringing to the table? That's right. He can't have the table, the chairs, the napkins, the dinnerware, everything on the table, but you ain't even got the meal. Come on now, what are you bringing to the table? You just gonna sit at the table? Then you gotta understand, the Bible says a man is looking for a helpmate. A man who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. So he's not looking for a dependent, he's looking for a helpmate. So what are you bringing to the table? And a lot of times as women, we have expectations of men, what we want. Oh, he got to have this, he got to have that. But we never, ever, ever really think about to ourselves, what am I bringing to the table? How many of us actually think about that part? What am I bringing to the table? He don't have any kids, I don't have any kids. I'm a career woman. I have a nice job. I take care of myself. I know how to save my money, balance my checkbook, because that could be a problem too in a relationship, not being able to balance the checkbook. You spending all the time. He don't know you spending. He don't know what you're doing. You don't know what he's doing with the money, and that creates so many arguments. But that's a whole other topic.
Woo!
Yes, whole other topic.
I'm glad we so frugal with them coins.
I'm always looking for me a discount.
Man, be penny pinching.
But you can't have nothing if you spend everything you got. You got to kind of like, plan ahead. Like we know we want to go on a vacation. We want to do something together. We make plans. Okay, let's plan for 6 months out. Let's plan to go here, do this, that, and the other. Okay, I'm going to work X amount of extra hours. He's saying the same thing. We coming together, making a budget, a plan for savings. You got to be on the same page. Like if he's spending some money, he's going to let me know, hey, I did this, did that. When I pay all the bills, I say, hey, babe, I paid this, I paid that. I let him know so we can balance the book together. It's never, I'm just doing my own thing over here. Oh, because I make this amount of money, I should be able to do what I want to do. No, it don't work the way. This is our money. Yeah. This is our income. So when people start thinking in a marriage, it'll grow. When people start thinking, okay, let's build together, a relationship can grow. But when you start, going in a relationship with these little fictitious hopes and dreams of you gonna come up but nobody else gonna come up in a relationship, guess what? It ain't gonna be no relationship.
That's true. Hey, Double M, we gonna get out of here. We at the office. Office mean the gym. We gotta get in here.